Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to a new episode of The Truth is Barrel Proof. I'm Jack Bigadoo. You also know me as the Hood Sommelier. And if you're here, thank you. I don't get to often bring people that I've known in a while, but also known because of the internet. Usually I've known people because they have a brand and because they already created a brand. But it's not often that you get to see someone go from just being friends and internet buddies and now they're brand owners. It's like over is it warms my heart because it's almost like you've seen someone evolution. Ricky, probably my fondest memory of him is he's the first one that made me actually try my first old barrel proof rye. I'm never gonna forget that. Damon is like an older brother who annoys me all the time. So prepare yourself for someone that will always like try to make jokes. That's Damon. But he's known online as the VA Bourbon, and Ricky is known as Bourbon Throttle. When you start thinking this is just the internet, then it become real life, and now you have a brand. And I reached out. I said, I need to talk to y'all. I know y'all. I know what you're capable of. I've tried things that you've picked before, but I don't know if people know you. I don't know if people understand what it took, how much it took, and the effort you put in to actually bring something to life. The brand is called River City Whiskey. And without further ado, I'm bringing in my man, Damon and Ricky, to chat with us. Guys, welcome to the show. This is The Truth is Barrel Proof, your new home. And thank you for making time this afternoon to chat with me. It's quite interesting to actually talk to y'all on I call official capacity,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you are now this is for you, Damon. You my house now, so behave.
Yeah, thanks for
We
thanks for
know
the
Ricky
intro.
behaves, but you're in my house now, so behave. Guys, if you're here, make sure you share, comment. If you have questions, make sure you bring it on, and we will actually get it. But for the people that don't know y'all, that's the best way to put it. I'm gonna start with Ricky. Who are you?
Oh man, well,
Who
thanks for
are
the
you,
intro.
and what should people know about you that
Yeah.
is not whiskey related? That's the
Oh
first
man. Well,
question.
first off, thanks for the intro. It kind of took me back a little bit when you kind of laid it out that way. Kind of where we came from and how we started, and you know, and how this is kind of reverse, right? Normally, you get to know people because of a brand, and it's totally the opposite this time. So that's pretty cool. Just to hear it from somebody else. A lot of things are happening fast, and we appreciate the time just to have us on. So, damn, who is Ricky Rice, Whiskey Throttle, co-owner River City Whiskey? Man, I don't know, man. I'm just I feel like I'm a down to earth, loving, free guy that likes to take chances and opportunities. Um, I look at uh, obstacles as let's just go, right? Jump off the cliff, and then we'll worry about how to land. That's kind of how I live my life. I'm a inner city kid. Was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, in the River City. Been here all my life. Don't plan on leaving unless you know I make some kind of insane amount of money. But I don't know. I don't know if I could ever leave this place, man.
You're on the way to become a millionaire, so yeah,
It's just
maybe.
home, man. It's home. Um, but I'm a dad. I got three kids. I got a 24-year-old daughter, got a 15-year-old son, got a 10-year-old son, and happily married to my wife, and you know, just trying to make it, man. And that's what it's been. And we started out as a bourbon pick group that turned into a passion. Um, that is now turned into a brand, and that's where we are, and that's kind of a little bit about Whiskey Throttle. So I appreciate you having me.
No, but thanks for being here. The month. Let's hear it. I have to, like I said, you my house. Behave.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's see if I can do this while behaving. Damon Brown, not from Richmond, from Virginia Beach. Grew up there. Went to college at Radford University, and then spent a couple of years in Charlotte, and ended up in Richmond. I at the time I got a little homesick, but I knew I didn't want to live back in Virginia Beach. And with my friends, it was between Richmond and Nova, Northern Virginia, and we was not making enough money to afford Northern Virginia, so Richmond is where we landed. But I've been here for a decade now, man, and I love the River City. I love the people. I love I love being here, really, and who am I? At the end of the day, I'm just a big ass kid. I'm a big kid. I'm goofy, but at the end of the day, I'm a passionate person when I find something to be passionate about, and I'm a very loyal person. I'm a very driven person, and that's just where me and Ricky relate. He, like he said, he's the jump off the cliff and just go for it, and I'm just kind of like, well, let me just let me dangle a leg out first, and let's see what happens. I try to be a little calculated when I can, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm also a little rowdy, but at the end of the day, I'm just a guy who loves to be social. Like my whole entire life, whether it's a bourbon bottle, throwing a party, or having a hookah in my house. I'm the guy where people come and they have a good time. Like it's just a environment where no one's going to judge you, no one's going to care about how expensive something is. We're just here for a good time, and we're here because this is something that we're passionate about. And if that's not the vibe that you're on, you can get the hell out.
I hear you there. I hear you
Let's go.
there. Thank you so much for being here. It's interesting how contrast, right? Opposite attract. People usually say we have a common goal, which is obviously whiskey, but you have the cautious entertainer, and you have the let's jump off the cliff responsible guy, which actually makes such a perfect contrast between you two. Um, you talked about Ricky. You mentioned how you guys started by pick and barrel. The question I usually ask partners is, was it a natural connection? Was it, the man calling you and saying, "Oh, I saw you post this bottle during COVID, and I want this bottle. I live in Virginia. You live in Virginia. Let's go." Or was it more of, "Hey, dude, I see you doing this. I want to do this with you." Right? What? How did the connection start?
So,
For you guys to
and
come as one.
I'll give you my version, and Damon might jump in here because I don't know. I have my version. He has his a little bit, but because I just get so excited about it because it's so cool how this thing started for me. Getting into bourbon and getting into bourbon was just me kind of getting older a little bit. I was out of kind of the shoe game a little bit, and I was like my kid, well, my older daughter was done with fast pitch softball, which required a lot of time, and I was like, man, I need another passion. Like I want to do something. And I was hanging out with a buddy or a couple that me and my wife was hanging out with, and he was in the bourbon. And up until that point, like I've had bourbon, a shot here, a shot there, tasted, all the basic stuff, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, all that nonsense. And so it was the first time that I really sat down and actually was able to have different pours back to back, almost like a tasting. And and during that tasting, I couldn't believe the differences in the different pours, where you can really start tasting, the different flavors, on your nose, your palate, the finish, like, and it just, I was just intrigued, and I'm like, I think I found my passion. And then the very first bottle I hunted actually was an Elmer T. Lee. And that's what really hooked me. The challenge when you get into the allocated game of chasing these bottles down, that's what kind of hooked me. But to get back on track a little bit, once I kind of was in the bourbon game, it's kind of like a progression. Like, okay, now I'm in the bourbon. Now I've had some allocated stuff, and it's like the next progression for me is like I want to do a barrel pick. And that was kind of the goal. And let me emphasize a barrel pick. I wanted to do a barrel pick, just one. that's it. So I started reaching out to people that I knew that was kind of in the bourbon game, and I couldn't get no buyers. Everybody was scared. Oh, it's a lot of bottles to move. I don't know if we can move that many bottles and all this stuff. And I just wouldn't give up. And me and Damon had crossed paths, kind of through mutual friends, and then the allocated game a little bit, waiting in front of the ABC store and stuff for opening, and
We both had a lot of free time.
yeah, we did have a lot of free time. Had a lot of free time. And during conversation, he was saying how well I had known that he was already in a barrel pick group, and so he had some experience with it and stuff like that. But I thought that he was kind of locked in, like that was his deal, and I wasn't trying to ruffle any feathers. But as soon as I heard him mention that he was thinking about doing it with somebody else or starting a new club or a new barrel pick group, I'm like, F that. Let's do it. And that's kind of how it went. He was like, let's go. And we did a barrel pick, and it turned out really well. And then everyone wins the next one. And then here we are. So that's kind of my story. That's how I remember it a little bit. Damon might have some stuff to add to that, but it was mutual friends and over just conversation, and then me just jumping off the cliff. So
Yeah, I Jack, I don't know if it's because of you, but that is probably the first time Ricky has accurately described exactly how he got to.
This
I
is
try
the
to get it right. I
the
try to get
truth
it
is
right.
barrel proof. So it's we are saying all the truths today.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean that's the basis of it. I was running a barrel pig group in Virginia, and it was strictly local. And at the time, my Instagram started getting more popular, and I had a lot more people ask me via DM, like, how can I get a VA bourbon hunter pick, and I went to the group that I was running, and I was like, hey, I got other people that want to be a part of this, and they didn't want to do it. And even though I was running the group, I'm a very democratic person. If the group says no, the group says no. But I started having a lot more issues with everything going on. So that's when I decided, let me just try this on my own. Let me try with somebody else. And like the same day, like he said, he hit me up. And about a month later, we were in Kentucky, and then we were pretty much in Kentucky like every 6 weeks for like a year and a half, 2 years straight.
What do you call it? I often tell people everyone remembered their first, right? And in anything in life, you remember your first.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people I have a special relationship with New Riff because that was my first. That's
Yep.
my first barrel pig. It wasn't, I've done barrel pig in stores where they sent samples and that. No, the first time I sat in a rig house
Yep.
with sample in front, signed the barrel myself,
Yep.
was New Riff. So everybody remembered their first. So as a group or as a joint group now, right? I will ask first, what was your first initial barrel pick, each of you? But what was your first together?
The first was, I always get this wrong. The first was a Nulu toasted. Yes, a Nulu toasted, and then we had a Nulu toasted rye. They both came out at the same time.
Is he accurate, Ricky?
Almost. so he did a joint venture with another guy that was the Nulu toasted, and some things weren't lining up and stuff like that. And then our first barrel pick together, not Rick House experience, but first barrel pick was the Nulu toasted rye, which was the Popeyes. And I remember it so fondly because, like you said, that was my very first barrel pick that I've ever done. And I can tell you where I was when I tasted the samples. Everything, the feelings that I was having. But that was the very first one that Damon and I did together, as a group. Was
That
the
is
Nulu toasted rye. It was the Popeye bottle. Matter of fact.
Yeah, there
that
we go.
is that is so cool. So you go from doing barrel picks, and how many barrel picks do you think you got under your belt now as together?
Ooh,
You
that's
keep
the
track?
numbers guy right there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're at 58 right now.
58. 58. That's
58
a high
and
number.
58 in 4 years.
58. That is impressive.
It's
58 in
it's
4 years is
exhausting.
very impressive. You are averaging about 12 to 15. Now 15 and to 17 a year. That
Yeah,
is that is impressive.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that
It
that
was
is
it's
huge.
a lot.
I think that answers my next question. After 58 in 4 years, you probably told yourself, why in the heck am I going to these people to go pick a barrel? I mean,
That's
if I
where
did 58 pick in 4 years, I have to stop for a moment and think, why don't I do this? Clearly, somebody's picking up every bottle of these 58, adoration of all these brands. Somewhere, I must be either a genius or I must be doing something very, very right. Maybe I should be bottling my own stuff to be on the other side. Did I get that thinking right, or did he come? The River City brand itself came completely out of left side. I will let one of you go.
Oh, I'll get on it. So that was my thinking exactly. Like, we'd get in here and we do these barrel picks, and once you start to learn the business a little bit, when you're in these, distilleries or non-distilling distilleries and stuff like that, and you start to really see the back end of it. It's like, why are we not doing this? And not about the money, but really about kind of where we can really control like every aspect of it. With getting the barrels, order them, and you really picking the barrels that really say us. Like this is us. It's not just the 3 or 4 that's offered to you when you go to a distillery and you get to pick what you consider the best one. But when you really get like down to to the grassroots of it, when just controlling everything about it. What mash bills you're ordering, age statements, where they're stored, how they're aging, what you decide to do with them. That was really the attraction for me. And it's like, so why are we not doing this ourselves? And I won't get too far into the story because I don't know what all the questions are that you might have. But it kind of progresses from there eventually.
Because when I I'll be honest, knowing how the man is always playing online, I really thought this was a joke. I'll be honest. The man, you didn't ask yourself, how is it that it's almost a year in now before I'm reaching out to you asking, hey, let me have you on? Because when this thing started popping online, it was this lady that did a review of it and that posted something about it. And then I saw the one of the podcasts um posted about it, and I'm like, okay. I thought, oh, this an experiment, right? This new brands come on all the time, so I'm like, I can't keep up. But I'm like, oh, probably Damon is playing with something again, probably rising a brand and making his own label to put. I never took it that it was a serious thing because I knew, right? No, I've known you all a while. I knew you do a lot of barrel picks, so it didn't even click in till I was looking at something. No, I was having a conversation with someone in London, and they
Mhm.
were talking about how they want high age whiskey, but it's kind of hard. And I was advising that, oh, I've seen some Canadian whiskey, and I type literally Canadian whiskey over 20 years, and the first thing that shows up in my Google, uh, literally Google search, is this bottle, and I'm like,
That's great SEO. Shout out to
wait,
Benedict.
wait a minute. I've seen this brand somewhere before. What? Wait. And then I go back. I go on Instagram. I see him. I'm like, yeah, that's where I've seen this brand before. Wait a minute. It's the month. I'm going to buy this bottle. I hope it's shit so I can actually call him and say, you talk shit all the time. Let me start talking shit about. And I literally send him a message when I purchase immediately. I send a message. I say, I just bought your bottle. you best hope it's good whiskey in there. And if like he's like, if you hate it, I don't want to hear about it. So I'm like, which for me was funny, but then he triggered me. I say, I'm like, I wonder how many people know what you guys are doing here.
Mhm.
So let's open the conversation for you guys to tell your story. You know, obviously we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere now.
Mhm.
But I was like, there's no way you two that are whiskey enthusiasts have a whiskey for definitely. I already know you guys chose this for enthusiasts, and we, the collective of enthusiasts, don't know about it. Everybody that just for the sake of the game, each single one of us should have this bottle in our house, just to say I know the people that have this brand, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I called you in, because I was like, they got to be a story here. I know y'all are friends, but there got to be a story here. So you're here because, yeah, now I understand that all these barrel pig brought you into the home of Whiskey River. Now the question is, before we try our first expression, why River City whiskey? I can read the back of the label to know why, but I want to
Mhm.
hear what inspired River City whiskey. Why not another name like the, you know, what do you call it? What do you call step brothers? You could have been step brothers. For all of you guys who don't know, they took the best step brother picture I've ever seen ever. This is if Step Brothers was a picture, this is it, right?
That is, yeah.
This is it. So you could have found a comical thing or put something there, but River City whiskey seemed very older, traditional in a sense of it. So that was my first question. Why that name? So why that name?
So, well, River City whiskey for one. We live, in what is considered here in Virginia as the River City, and then most of the places that we visit, Louisville, considered a River City. Just so many places, that we go, kind of the River City. And when we kind of was looking for names or coming up with ideas, we were bouncing, some stuff off of each other or whatever. And it kind of stuck, like River City whiskey, because, we want this to be about us. We want it to be about who we are. Um, you know, you talk a little bit about how almost like this brand snuck up on you a little bit, and it's not really by design, but, everything we've done is organic. And that's how we've done it from day one. So it hadn't been, this isn't some pump and dump scheme where, we're trying to get it out in front of the masses and then boom, we're out of here. Everything we've done is totally organic, and everything that you see is just, hard work and what we put into it. And, we built this brand because we think that something's missing in the bourbon game. And it's really that, just the togetherness, right? With people from two different walks of life, very different, diverse, black, white, that can come together, put everything aside, and do it over good bourbon. And that's what we want the setting to be, when people taste our brand, is to be in that setting, in that kind of mindset that, it's all love, right? We can put everything aside and have a great pour together and have something in common. So,
Yeah,
I
that and like,
really like the ideology. Go for it, Jerry.
sorry.
Yeah, go.
Um, but a big part of our brand is like always paying homage to, like not just where we come from, but like our influences and what brought us to each other and also to starting this brand. So, River City whiskey is like an homage to Richmond, but at the same time, like I mean that's our goal, is to make Richmond's, like, to be Richmond's whiskey company, and like so it's one of those things, Ti dubbed himself King of the South, right? And like, he put himself, he named himself that, and no one said anything. And so it's kind of like that also. It's about really like saying and showing that what we're doing is not just for us. It's about the city. It's about kind of like, we kind of say, like, the common folks, right? We try to make a product that is not going to beat people upside the head on cost, right? Because we've seen that so much. Ricky talked about like pumping dump and people just buying really popular barrels, putting a label on them, and that's it. But like that's just everything that we're doing with the brand is because it's something that we love to do, but also being in the barrel picking rat race for so long is one of those things to where we just got so tired of the rat race, like we said, we've done 58 barrels in 4 years, and there'll be brands that want to keep maybe some of the nicer barrels on the side because maybe someone has more followers, right? Or they're connected to a store who sells more whatever, or there's a lot of lying or accidental drunk lying going
We,
on.
we, we will
And
call it the politics
yeah,
of the
yeah,
barrel
yeah. The
picking game.
politics.
Yeah.
And we just don't get down with that, man. We just don't. Well, we try to be genuine people and be straightforward. Like we always say, before you lie to us, just tell us no. Like if it's something you can't do, just say no. But don't lie and then waste our time and then be mad when we're pissed off at you, because that's going to happen. So yeah, so just trying to get out of that race and really just trying to show people that we're really serious about this, right? We're really serious, and we're trying to, our tagline, "A modern take on tradition," is completely true. We're trying to be, somewhat traditional, but like Ricky said, we come through from different walks of life, and I think that is super important to show also. It's not just, it's not just a 45, 50 plus year old rich white men that are in this industry. There are younger people, black, white, Asian, and they have something to say and they have really great products, but there's not a lot of backing behind them because they might not be known, or they might not be under a specific brand. And we're fighting that right now, and that's completely fine because we knew that. But we're just just trying to be a little bit different.
And different is in whiskey, different is not a bad thing. So two things that I see. Obviously, there is this label, right? That is there,
Mhm.
the maroon, which I freaking love. I think it's probably one of the most beautiful detailed label. And recently, you guys came with your small batch kind of collection, right? Which
Mhm.
have your Canadian whiskey and your straight bourbon, which is more of the blue label.
Mhm.
What distinguish before we start tasting? What distinguish the blue label from the brown label? What is the distinction? If somebody was just a novice and look at River City whiskey, is like, okay, what's the blue one and what's the it's a Canadian whiskey here, 22-year Canadian whiskey here. Why those two different?
Single barrel versus small batch. So all single barrels will be under the maroon label. Small batches will be under the blue label. So right, we just released the Kentucky, the Canadian. We plan on releasing a rye small batch, maybe a wheated small batch. Those are all be on the blue labels, and all single barrels will be the red label.
Too easy. All right. Now, small batch, we both know it's bullshit. No one knows what small batch means. There is no definition to it. We both are enthusiasts that have sat and judged whiskey before to see what it is. So the first thing when I saw it, I'm like, okay, you guys are playing in the industry, the words of the industry, which is small batch. So if there is a way I would want to introduce myself to the brand, I definitely will start with the small batch. Just see,
Mhm.
I guess this will be the truth of what you both do as work. If
Yeah.
you don't mind me asking, as I pour the 6 year, the first edition of your small batch, this is 62% ABV, 125.4 proof, 6 year average. So I'm assuming there's maybe some things older in. Um, how many barrels are in your small batch?
That's an ultra small batch, by the
Okay,
way.
okay. I love to hear that because, like I said, the amount of time people used and abused the term small batch, almost discount when someone truly try to make a small batch. So when someone say I have a small batch, I say okay. First thing that come out of my mouth for everyone is bullshit. But okay, let's taste it and see. So when you say ultra, tell me a little bit about this first edition of your small batch, which for me just beautiful label. Like I said, I freaking love these labels. You can't go wrong. It
Good,
stands
good.
out.
Thank you.
It stands
Thank
out.
you.
It, I don't know who designed this, but however you did it, I can see the river, kind of the river going, the city being represented. I freaking love. It's simple yet complex. That's what I like about it.
That
So
delayed our launch by about 7 months trying to get that label straight.
really,
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Because it
Yeah, just
says
over
everything,
and
right?
over again.
Yeah, I mean, first impression, man. It's unfortunately that's your first impression of a bottle is the label. It's not the nose, right? Because normally you nose it first. It's the
correct.
label. So
Hmm.
yeah, so we just spent a lot of time making sure that it just felt right for us.
Okay.
But the
Yeah.
answer is four barrels.
Four.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a that somebody on Instagram says a micro batch, not a small batch, a micro batch. I think and one of the questions as we nose through this and start tasting, one somebody asked on Instagram, how would you describe really the difference that sets your choice of bourbon apart, which is true. Everybody's speaking bourbon, everybody is going there, but how are you being are you being selective of the type of bourbon you picking to create your brand?
Damon, let me start and then you can follow up because mine's going to be real short. It has to speak to us.
Mm,
It's got to speak to us. When we
mm,
taste it, a lot of times when we're tasting barrels, we won't even be around each other. We'll be walking down aisles of rick houses or sitting kind of by ourselves, and it has to say something to us. And a high percentage of the time, very high. I mean, it's probably not exactly 100, but it's right up there where we'll come back and we reconvene. I mean, we're right there on the same level of what we want to do. So.
I wish I had shit to talk about. I really wish. I almost hate the fact that I don't got shit to say. First off, it's clear that you guys are your brand is for the common folks, but not beginners.
Hmm.
This is not whiskey for beginners.
No.
It's clear that the proof says it, the nose says it, the complexity of the palate says it. I need my bottle. That's when I had a sip. The first thing I said is, I need my bottle.
That
This simple
is
ain't
great
gonna
to
make
hear.
it. This simple ain't gonna make it. I need my bottle.
If you want to
It's
give, go ahead.
sparkling cherry Coke with a dust of anise oil, finishing with some Coke cacao powder. That is what it is in a glass.
Man, I guess we need to hire you for tasting notes because I don't even know what the third word you said was. What did you say before cacao? I
Oh,
missed.
anise. So anise is a spice that
Oh, and God,
star
yes.
anise spice.
Yeah.
When there is so people will use it to toast it on oil with
Hmm.
chili to give zestiness to,
Mm.
especially in African and Thai cuisine. They will zest their when they fry the meat. They
Hmm.
zest it with that, so that meat have different like a different thing. So it's not spicy on a high level,
Hmm.
but I will sound very African, but it's tantalizing on your tongue. It plays games on your tongue.
Yeah. And like if you want to talk about like Ricky gave like an overall answer for what to like River City like taste and like we both have these like sweet tooth, so like I always describe our palate as kind of like sweet and spicy. You're always going to get like that real sweet corn, that Kentucky corn on the front end, and like the idea is for the raw spice to cut through that sugary note, and that raw spice continue to linger. I mean, like you kind of hit it right on the head. We always say we love a complex pour. You want to be able to pick it apart, but also we want to leave a lasting impression. We want you to be able to talk, and then 5 seconds later be like, "Oh shit, I still taste it," and like that's
I
what's
need
always
to
going to do
cut
it.
this. This is way at the level of complexity. You are playing. It's clear from the tasting that people with expert palate pick this.
Mm.
But what is happening on the taste now is rarely that you get both. It's rarely that you can get that sweetness you expect from your bourbon, but in the back and in the mid palate specifically, where there's not over oakiness, but there is enough sweet spice to keep you want to sip the whiskey again.
Mhm.
The hug is there, but there's not that scratchy thing that happen in the back of your throat. Usually, when you have certain level of, especially over 120, that happens often. Two word: balance, complex, and you don't find those two in the same condition ever. It's
Thank
either
you.
balance or it's complex, but those two together happen very. It is clear that you both are making magic happen. That contrast that you two are bringing is shown in this whiskey. I'm just gonna tell you all one thing. I have a problem with River City whiskey, and the problem I have with River City whiskey is I cannot just go to River City whiskey and buy my whiskey. I have to go somewhere else because I try to look for River City whiskey itself, and I had to go through multiple places. What's happening? Why?
What you talking about? We
Somebody
got a whole
answered,
website.
and I was on River City whiskey. I wasn't sure why it wouldn't let me get my whiskey unless
I don't
I'm
know. Good
typing
people
the
been getting
wrong.
their whiskey. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it should. I mean, it should be. I mean, you go to the website, you
Because
click it.
every time I've tried River City whiskey, I come back to obviously the brown water select. That's where it takes me to the brown water select. So I'm like, okay, I want the website that I actually can go directly to.
So it's
Yeah,
the River City whiskey, right?
Oh,
www
the
the River City
the
whiskey.
River City
Yeah.
whiskey.
Yep.
So that's why I was like, usually I display the website to folks for them to actually know exactly where to go um to pick their bottle. But you saying the riverwhiskey.com?
It's
therivercitywhiskey.com.
Okay.
www.therivercitywhiskey.com.
Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. It's according to my Googling, is right here. So you see, I want to make sure I share this with folks. I want to make sure that they know where to go because this is a micro. I was told um, a micro batch, not a small batch. This is not even work the word small batch that people use and abuse. But I want to make sure I display this for y'all. If you're here, I want y'all to know. Don't walk. Don't walk. Run.
I'm glad you like it, man. Like I told you, it's nerve wracking. Like
Seventy
being
nine ninety
front.
nine. 79.99. Don't walk. Run. Don't walk. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. For all of you guys watching, I'm even gonna help y'all. I'm sharing my screen with y'all so y'all see exactly what's happening. Go to the, don't be like me. Go to the River City, and it's right here, literally right here. See details. And the one thing I will tell you, they ship in fast because I bought already from them. As you see my the last four, my credit card is sitting right here because I bought before through the center. I bought this for someone else because they wouldn't believe me that I was buying something that was so affordable. So it has everything here. But honestly, I could have guessed the choice that you guys made. The choice of whiskey that you made kind of put you in a fair advantage, right? Sober Bourbon, thanks for joining in. We appreciate you. Um, Breaking Bourbon is here. Everyone is here.
Love y'all.
So Biking Bourbon is here. I'm saying this again. Don't walk, run. This this is the best 79.99 you will spend. I'll often tell people when you the problem with most people in general when they have a brand is they try to hide, quote unquote, hide where the brand, where they're picking, where it coming from. That's why I was more of I'm not a fan of the whole buff trace thing that came to be a hype word. But I
Hmm.
appreciate one thing here that I saw is transparency. You gave the age, and you even said where it's from. You put the mash bill out there because at the end of the day, I truly believe, if I'm not speaking for you guys, it is not about where it's from. It is the palates that are picking the barrel.
Exactly. And like you want to go back to what led us to River City Whiskey. Ricky had his reasons and they're all valid, but like one of my main reasons is like being in the barrel pick game. What we end up seeing it was a lot of people, waves of people, right? So depending on who we're collabing with, we're collaborating with Nulu, so we'll see a wave of a couple hundred, people come in to like grab those bottles, and as soon as we go somewhere else, like they fall off. So we're seeing a wave of people, and for us, we're always just like, we want y'all to trust us enough to know that like it doesn't even matter where we pick, we want y'all to trust our palate. That's what we even started like a VIP program to people who actually didn't care about just the label; they cared about Ricky and Demond. And so, it didn't matter if it was a no-name brand; they still bought it. And like, we tried to, we, gave like early access and things for that. But I thought to myself that like the a good way to control people coming and going like from our email list and from our products is you have one brand, so it's River City Whiskey, and that if as long as this label is here, like this is, exactly who's behind it. It's not just us collaborating with the new Lous or the rare characters, the old Louisville, and people just coming in because they want to cherry pick. We've never like a cherry picker. We want you to like our brand for what it is: good bourbon, good whiskey. Like it's cool having followers and people post you, but it's even better to be respected by your peers. And so like, our first release was our Beaver Bridge barrels, a 9-year MGP, and I mean we won double platinum in the Ascot Awards. So we strive to just put out some really good high quality bourbon.
And it's clear here that and you are respected by your peers. Obviously, I don't know if my opinion matters, but this is freaking fantastic. But obviously, on Instagram, you have people come in and say, "Yo, River City is legit," because people obviously have trusted your palate before and they know what is out there. I'm just tasting it for the first time. There's a reason why I do not taste before interviews, because for me, it has to be a legit reaction. I
Mhm.
feel too many times that um, tasting note are made up by people to just make other people feel great. I've had interviews where I tell people it's okay, not for me, but I'll drink this. But this I'll bring to anybody that enjoy bourbon to say yes, you are enjoying bourbon. But I promise you, this one, it's a conversation. I call it "We Need to Talk" bourbon. This is
Cheers to
That's
that.
great to
yeah.
hear.
Let's sit down and talk. I have something to tell you. This truly for me, a couple drop of water, the nose is blooming perfectly. It's not losing any of its effect. The sweetness comes down a bit, but really that chewiness and those floral notes are creeping up on you.
Mhm.
And that's what I like about my whiskey. When I have to write or review any whiskey, I'm adding water till the last a sip, just to see if I can stress the whiskey enough to give me what is wrong with it. And so far, you choosing, I mean, it's almost hard for you to fail if you have a great palate. If you have a
And
great
great
palate,
aged whiskey.
correct. Why you choosing great whiskey? You literally are choosing from a nice mash bill. For people that don't know, they're very honest here. 71% corn, 21% rye, 9%, I believe, malted barley.
Mhm.
That's what that's what this is. You cannot go wrong with that. And you know, if no one knows now, you heard it. You heard it here first. These two know what the hell they're doing. They know what the hell
We appreciate that.
And
the
that's the
choices.
Hood Song Nebraska
You know,
stamp.
it's. I wish I can actually talk shit because y'all know I love it. But unfortunately for me, unfortunately for them, River City Whiskey Batch One, won my vote. You won my vote. Hey, if I had to choose in between bourbons that I've had this year only, and if I have to put small batch against each other, definitely you guys are definitely in my top three. Always. You my
Great.
top three.
That's dope.
This
Super
is
dope.
this is solid. And two reason why I always advocate for brands. Two reason why you need to follow. They are the representation of the American we want to see. Have a black kid here and a white kid here. Paul Wall and Paul Wall implies
That's
together
good.
I
on
got flies.
Paul Wall implies
It's
in
Paul
featuring
Wall.
here,
It's Paul Wall and James Winston.
Yeah, there we go. Damn, I got
right?
flies.
It's because of your smile, man.
Okay, I'll take that.
Uh, it's the craziest thing is really I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it makes me happy. Just tasting the whiskey makes me happy. So that's the goal of whiskey. It's supposed to bring us together, make us happy, and somehow. And I'm quite happy with this. So you heard it here first. I don't want y'all to cry later that you were unable to get the micro batch. I'm showing y'all again. It's the blue label. It's the 6 year. Go get it. I don't want to hear regrets later. You have the website down. It's the River City Whiskey.com.
Yep.
I've done my job. Let's talk about the most wildest thing you guys have done. Is it an opportunity that landed in front of your feet and you're like, oh, we should probably try it? But what the hell both of y'all know about Canadian whiskey and why get in the Canadian whiskey game? The floor is
Hey,
yours.
man, I'll tell you this much. We don't know much about it whatsoever, but we do know one thing, and that's what matters. It's fucking good.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's just what it is, like, if we're gonna own our own brand and we're gonna put out what we love, we're gonna have some fun with it, and so we had a barrel pick with obtanium a couple years ago, and that went really well with the group, and we loved it so much. It was 27 years old and 160 proof, and it was just fun. It was fun, and we were putting in the cocktails and everything. And like you said, it came across our desk. They had some Canadian whiskey, didn't have very many specs on it. And we said, let's see what we can do with it, and that's what we did. So, yeah, we don't know much about Canadian whiskey, but we have drank a good amount of hazmat Canadian whiskey, and as long as we love it, we bottle it.
And I truly believe it's interesting that you guys did that. But I have a rule in life.
Mhm.
There's no such thing as bad whiskey. There's such thing as bad decisions. That's one. But second, any great palate can find great whiskey, even if you don't know it. So 22-year-old, another small batch, bullshit. What how small are we talking of a batch? On this
Ultra micro badge.
How small are we talking? I want to hear how small is this bag. This is 22-year Canadian whiskey, 143 proof, 71.78. And I'm telling you, these proof sound scary. And that's what I did not mention about the bourbon. 125.4 sounds scary. It does not drink like 124.5. So I just want to warn you. Don't let the proof fool you. These are gentle giants,
Like
very
me.
gentle giants.
So,
So
one thing I'm gonna add, Hood, and I mean, I guess we don't stress it, but it's kind of who we are. You talked a little bit about transparency, like the label. It tells you where it's from, what the mash bill is. But what we always will do is all of our stuff will be age stated. So everything that you ever drink from River City Whiskey will have an age on it, no matter what it is. If it's good, it's good. The other thing is it's going to be right out the barrel. So
I'm looking at this thing. So how many barrels are we looking at? I want to hear it. Is it another micro? Is it 4 or 5 barrels still or
What
more?
is the what would you consider smaller than micro?
If I have to
Single
consider
barrel?
something smaller than my micro, that'll be 2 barrels.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay. So mini micro.
There we go. Mini micro. Yeah.
So
But
what that simply means is there's not a lot to go around then.
not on this one.
no. Well, I mean, we had a few barrels. We used two of those. We got about two or three left. There's only a couple hundred of these in this batch one.
I'm I'm saying it again, and I repeat it. Do not walk. There's a reason why I left the website on the screen. Do not walk. Run. There is no place. If you watch my video before, I made a video about looking for age state, really age stated whiskey for really affordable price. This is $129 for 22-year-old whiskey.
Mhm.
The the only thing I can tell you is you must be a fool if you don't believe this is worth your money. And I don't say this often. I am the jerk that comes online and tell people you're overcharging folks. But this time, I'm reminding you, you must be a fool if someone offer you a castrant. I'm talking 143 proof whiskey for 22-year under. And I know you're gonna jump in and say, "Oh, it's Canadian whiskey. It had a better temperature," but they're selling you subpar 15-year Canadian whiskey at a higher price. I haven't
This
had the
whiskey
whiskey
is
yet.
old enough to drink itself.
Correct, correct,
Facts.
right? And I haven't had it yet, but I'm I'm telling you, it's based on my previous experience because the bottle I bought for the friend, he opened it and he's like, "Don't even open yours." As you can see, my single barrel is still unopened. He said, "Don't open yours. You're gonna regret it immediately because you need to right away." So this is my first time on screen having the River City micro small batch,
There we go.
22-year, 143 proof. Cheers, yo.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hmm.
What you got?
That sweet tooth thing is true.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like you need that sweetness on here for this
No,
heat.
I tell you what. I will hate to see. I would hate to have this bottle on Thanksgiving.
You wouldn't wake up the next day.
You would. I promise I will not. Jesus Christ. I thought the sweetness gonna keep going, but I'm glad it stopped at the mid palate
Mhm.
because If he kept going, it'll be like, no, too sweet. It
Mm-hmm.
stops at the mid palate, and I get a chance to enjoy the proof, that ethanol. I get a chance to get those higher spice notes that can actually
Mm-hmm.
give me a little bit more than what it, because on the nose, this does it doesn't nose like 143 at
At
all.
all. At all.
And it's like witchcraft and trickery that is happening in this whiskey. Because I'm like, there's no way 143 proof whiskey is not first nosing like 143, but then
Hmm.
it doesn't nose also sweet. It knows a little bit of ethanol, a little honey. So you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, a little honeysuckle on the nose, and you take a sip and you're like, is this burnt marshmallow with some chocolate?
Mm.
Not dark chocolate, white chocolate,
That's
marshmallow,
Ricky.
yeah, a little bit of graham cracker on top,
That's me.
and a dust of that cinnamon, like spice
Hmm.
cinnamon at the end. That's it really tastes like the 70. I have this chocolate company and I love that puts they put paprika in the white chocolate.
Huh. Smoked
And
paprika, regular
sometimes,
paprika.
yeah, they literally make, like, they add sometimes some chili in their chocolate just so it's not just sweet and you get that sweet and
Mm-hmm.
spicy.
Yeah, yeah.
And whew, ginger, white chocolate, burnt marshmallows, and in a graham cracker. You just take a bite of that.
Mm.
Wow.
That's River City whiskey, man.
I hate to say it, brother. I hate to say it. I want to talk shit, but I can't. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the rare times where I cannot talk shit because these are friends. I should be able to talk shit. Some somebody literally say
Look,
somebody
look,
literally say on
hold on.
Instagram
Me and the
at
mom
this
was on the
point.
phone earlier, and we were like, "Yo, what's going on tonight? What we talking about?" He's like, "Man, I don't know. We didn't
Yeah,
know we didn't know what to expect. We're like, we're going in blind. Let's get it done. Like, we know Hood. Like, Hood's gonna give us the truth. So,
people hate me for it, but for the most, it's I tell people, if you don't expect anything out of me, I'll give it to you straight, no chaser. So at this point, everybody is asking the same question. It's like, I'm sick and tired of hearing all your taste note. I want to know where I can get it. Here's the link for you all on Instagram. You can actually get it. Is the River City, and um I'm pretty sure they have the network that goes everywhere. 40 some state, right? That's what you guys
yeah,
did.
we can ship wherever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ship
Oh,
wherever, and we are distributed in Kentucky right
mhm.
now.
Okay.
But it's just the Kentucky straight bourbons distributed in Kentucky, and we will be in Virginia ABC, just the Kentucky and some single barrels starting February 1st. Will be on shelves.
Okay. So Wisconsin folks, you asking if it's in Wisconsin? I tell you what, go online, buy. They will, and shipping was fast. This bottle that I bought, if I never bought something from them, I wouldn't even tell you this. But this bottle was with me in 7 days, weekend included.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, and
was
he's in Nebraska, so and we're in Virginia, so that's I mean that's halfway, that's across the
correct.
world, you know.
And
They had
because,
to drop that thing off on a parachute.
hey, and the craziest thing is it update, the website will update, will tell you when it was shipped, it tell you it got there. You know exactly how to track your stuff. And they even send you a nice note to thank you when you purchase. So they're doing what they need to do. I held them. Yeah, New York City, you can order and get in New York City. I'm pretty sure New York is not a restrictive state. So
And we're barrel piggers at heart. So, but and while we're barrel piggers, we are in barrel pig groups. And the one thing that I always hated was paying for a bottle and having to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So when we had BWS, I mean, we're always adamant about like we got to get these packages out fast
I,
because we're competing with Jeff Bezos over here. He's over here delivering as long as you order within the next 3 minutes, we'll have it at your door in 20 minutes. So we're always trying to make sure the shipping goes out fast.
yeah, and a couple of people are already jumping. My back in Berman says sold. It's sold. You've convinced them. And if you are watching this later on or watching the recast, you are. I often say it's quite easy to go in a store and grab a bottle, and we know, everybody have their favorites. But if I like spending feel good money, and
Mhm.
feel good money for me is money that is spent to support who you know you're supporting. And I often say, support the people you know. Even
Mhm.
if it's 2 cents that is coming back to them as a profit, you know exactly where your dollar goes. And that's the one thing in this world now that we living in, that people buy things and then a year later they're like, oh my God, I bought something from a racist person, or I bought something from this jerk. Yeah, because you didn't do your research.
Mhm.
I tell people often, if you're gonna spend money, you might as well spend money on your friends, because at least them you can look at them and say, F you, I
Yeah,
love
hold
you.
us accountable.
Correct, right? Because you can tell them, I don't like this that was done for your product. I'd rather see this. And them being in, right, in the distillery, the barrel picking game, and understanding what it is. If something is not right, guess what? You know the two motherfuckers that are in the grave. You can literally tell them, we want to see this. And that's what we want. We want people to be able to evolve. Send a message to Ricky, not to Demond. Demond may have something. but,
Hey,
but
It depends on
you
what day you
understand.
catch
hey,
it,
Hood,
baby.
you know what we're gonna do, and Damon's probably gonna be pissed at me, but
He's
maybe
about to
not.
turn to Oprah right now.
So I'm about to turn into Oprah. So
Okay,
everybody that orders today, right?
today.
Today, right? Yeah, obviously it'd be because of your show today.
Yeah, my friend,
All right.
my friend right now is saying he's ordering today. My,
Okay.
my brother in New
So
York City. So
for,
there's news coming. Everybody
we'll, we'll,
listen.
we'll put a Glen in the box for every bottle you, not one Glen per order. I'll put a Glen, one of these Glens for every bottle you order.
Guess
So
what?
order one, you get one Glen. Order three,
You-
you get three Glens.
free Glen, a free Glen for everyone who orders today. So you are watching this show. We have about well, in and out right now, about 7 people going in and out of Instagram. Facebook have about 20, and YouTube have about 7 right now. If you order today, I pinned the link. If you order yours today, you get yourself a Glen per bottle, not for the order, per bottle. Ricky is the Oprah of whiskey. He loved
Always,
getting shit
man.
out. He,
All you gotta
like
do
I
is
said,
rub his
the first
stomach and
time I
he's
saw
going.
him drinking, he's with his wife, which is my favorite person in this world. His wife. He's with his wife, trying this old Forester. And I sent him a message. I said, dude, I've always wanted to try an old Forester rye, but I can never find it. He said, say no more. I got you. So I'm telling you now, free Glen with bottle purchase. So that is $15 free. So today. So you got to get yours today. I'm reminding everyone. So if you're thinking about getting it, get it today. So
If you watch
I'm
this show
putting it in.
tomorrow and put your order in, the Glen ain't showing up.
But these bottle purchase. All right. So I'm putting it here. You I love I love Bourbon say, you get a Glen, you get a Glen, you get everybody get a Glen.
And you
So
see how I knew where he was going before he said it,
yeah,
because like
you know your boy. You know your boy.
Oh, he
You
knew.
know your
As soon
boy.
as I said Damon might be mad, he's like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Yeah. It's like you always giving shit away, man. But that's what make Ricky the man. So I appreciate it. I believe. I believe if you don't do anything, that's $200. Yeah, that's $200. I need you to go spend. Why? Because not only you will never find whiskey at that proof at that price. That's one. But two, you getting fantastic whiskey at that proof at that price. I'm putting my reputation on it. You would literally hate me as you have a sip of it because you'd be like, shit, I should have bought two. That's what it is. I don't know about y'all, but when we finish this one, yeah, I need I need me this. I need one of these. Whiskey newspaper, thanks for joining. We appreciate you here. But I definitely need one of these. This 6 year is gonna be the trickery of the century that I'm gonna throw in and ask people, how old do you think this whiskey is? That's what I love to do for fun. How old do
Yeah.
you think this
Yeah,
whiskey?
I hope they don't have the bottle because, like I said, we put the age statement on every.
Oh no, is how old do you think this whiskey is?
Yeah.
Because I believe a lot of people are going to have a connection when they actually hear what happens here. So two last question before I let y'all go. First question is, what should the average River City whiskey consumer look forward to? More small batch, more single barrel? What is coming down the pipeline as people are going and getting this mini small batch that you guys are putting out there? Why you see, people are joining the collective. You were told to join the collective already, so your people are here.
Look, yeah, I hate to do a shameless plug, but the collective subscription is it's where it's at. So
Oh,
the,
the collective. They
so,
said the
so to do a
collective
plug, so
subscription.
if you do subscribe, you get a bottle every quarter, and
Okay,
it's unreleased stuff. A lot of times it's stuff that we probably won't even release,
okay.
at least not in a single barrel. Um, so yeah, the barrel collectors where it's at, you get free merch. Matter of fact, when you first sign up, you'll get a Carhartt shirt that's embroidered with Barrel Collective. Um,
Okay.
that I mean, we almost lose money on that program, but we like the exclusivity that we just feel like that's not a thing anymore. So that's kind of what we're shooting for
I,
that program.
I I need to join that collective. Trying this whiskey. Shit.
This
I need to
quarter's
join
this
that.
quarter's Barrel Collector release is a 9-year-old double oaked wild turkey. And
Yes.
we pulled it from the barrel, and the shit tastes like a dusty wild turkey. It's
Mm,
so reminiscent of a dusty.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. I need to go get in my piggy bank because it does not say how much it is when you go and go subscribe when you click subscribe on the
It's
website.
500 a year, 125 a quarter.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you charge per quarter.
Yeah,
Okay.
but as to what to look forward to, this next 12 months is going to be where we're actually scaling. Like it took us a while to find this mash full of barrels to run with our small batch. We wanted to put a small batch out last year. We just couldn't find the right whiskey. So expect more small batches. Our last one just came. Our first one just came out. A next one coming out in at least Virginia in February. That might be with Kentucky also. But also January 2026, we're starting our barrel pick program. So we'll be starting barrel picks. And we got a few other small batches that we're kind of throwing around. I mentioned a rye, I mentioned a weeded. So Eh, we'll see. We're introducing a couple of new SKUs next year. Hopefully weeded. I'm really excited for the weed. We're both weeded lovers, and we got some really good age weeded bourbon that we want to put out.
Yeah, and along with the small, like if we release it in a small batch, then the single barrels obviously will come with the same expression. So
So you heard it here. Um, these are the people.
hey, I want to say something. That's the first time that anybody's heard that we got accepted in Virginia ABC. We've not
Oh, is
announced.
that what? Yeah, this is breaking news.
Yeah, yeah. Damon spit that out, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. So yeah, so we will be on shelves in Virginia ABC, which is a controlled state, which is there's 400 stores or whatever. It's a big milestone for us. So for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess what? He slid that in if you paid attention. So if you live in Virginia and you're on an ABC, you heard it here first. Keep your eyes peeled. But for now, as you sit there and wait, a few people commented you had them at Wild Turkey. They would join the collective just to make sure that we get at Wild Turkey.
That's the point.
So I'm telling you now, and these are these are followers of mine that actually appreciate good whiskey, and I'm telling you, I wish this drink like a higher proof whiskey, and it doesn't. I can enjoy this, and if you live, I'm gonna say this: if you live anywhere in the Midwest, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, Kansas, Missouri, you know how our winters are.
That'll help you.
Call this your winter care package.
There we go.
Next to the fire, outside, sitting with that cold weather, this will warm your soul. You can be the grumpiest person on the planet, and it will still make you smile a little bit. So, if you live in Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, even hell, Colorado, I'll bundle you in where it's cold as shit, and it's starting to get cold right now. We're seeing temperature drop into the 30th and down. Yeah, you need your
Oh
cold
God.
winter package. So we are here for you. Damon and Enrique are here for you.
That's right. Your driveway freeze up, just go out there and dump this on the driveway.
Yeah.
Correct.
No problem.
Therefore, you here and here, but I'm not physically there with you.
So the final question I ask every one of the brands that are here is, what can we as consumer do to make River City whiskey a success? What are your expectations from us consumers? Should we go and follow you online? Should we buy more bottles?
No.
Should we subscribe to the collective? How can we as folks? I don't care about anything else. We as folks support
Look,
Mon and Ricky to make River City the brands that now
okay.
2, 3, 5 years from now, people are like, man, I remember when River City started.
So I'll start it off. And I'll let Damon go. Just trust us. Like, don't you don't got to buy a bottle. We're not out here shoving bottles down people's throats and stuff like that. Just give us a try. Whether it's a buddy's bottle, whatever. Just give it a shot. That's it. Just give it a shot, and the whiskey will speak for itself. So
Yeah, and I'm not Ricky. I'm saying buy bottles.
Fucking love the contrast, man.
Yeah, no, I say buy bottles, but I say that all honestly because like we stand behind what we bottle, and
And you got
there's
my
a
seal of approval. Not that it matters, but you
yeah,
got my
yeah,
seal of
I
approval.
no, and I appreciate it, but we really stand by what we bottle, and it really matters to us what people think about what we bottle, and so that's why we enter some of these tasting competitions just to see how we rank up to competition. And when we send these media kits out, of course it's for exposure, it's for marketing, but we always ask like, please give me your complete honest opinion because if it's shit, we want
no
to
matter
know
what
that
it
it's
is,
shit. Period.
we
So.
need to know if we are off track. You know what I'm saying? We need to know that. So don't like, we want your honest opinion. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't nothing like, and that's how we went about our barrel picks. We have gone to barrel picks and not picked barrels because it didn't speak to us. It just was not for us. So, and that's what we want to hear. Like if it's ain't your jam or if we missed, like let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, because like, as you said, Jack, this brand, this whiskey is for enthusiasts. So we're not looking to be the next Elijah Craig small batch. We're not looking to be the next Woodford Reserve. We're not trying to be, in all 50 states nationally. This is for a specific niche group of bourbon enthusiasts who appreciate age statements, who appreciate traditional bourbon, who appreciate knowing what's in their bottle, and who appreciate, you know, when you're talking to people like us, an $80 6-year Kentucky, source bottle, ha- I think the average cost of all these bottles behind me is probably $125. So if I see 80, I'm like, damn, like that's at least worth a try, especially if I've heard good things about it. So give us a try, and if you hate it, you hate it. I understand everything's not for everybody, but we've got a lot of barrel picking under our belt, and we know a lot of people, and we have a good amount of friends in the industry, and they're usually pretty honest with us. We've made some stuff that people have told us, hey, y'all might want to y'all might want to go back and do something to it. And we appreciate that. So just give us a try.
Ladies, gentlemen, whiskey drinkers, you heard it here first. Everybody won the hype. Everybody won the allocated. I often tell people, your future allocated bottle may just be somebody's barrel pick, may just be somebody's small craft choice that you've never heard about. Whiskey is about exploring, is about curiosity. My show is always about discovering the people behind the brand. Friendship, barrel pick, now brand owner. It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get more American sweetheart story that you've ever heard before.
And Ricky
And
is my
like
sweetheart.
and like I said, they should have called this brand the Step Brothers because
Oh shit! What a raw pick that is.
they should have called it the Step Brothers because I really, really love what's happening here. Whiskey has brought a lot of people together, and this is the proof that together we can realize epic things. Uh, I'm Jack Bigadoo. His name is Damon. Right. Remember that name because he's a knucklehead. So you need to remember that name so you can tell him if he does something wrong, make sure you find him and tell him. Ricky is a sweetheart, so we are not, Ricky Rice is the man you can
AKA
find.
Paul Wall.
The Paul Wall of whiskey, right? Urban Throttle is his handle on Instagram, and VA Bourbon, right?
Man, you
That's
messed
my
up both of those Instagram names, but we love you anyway.
what
Hey, we got it.
Bourbon
Yeah.
Throttle underscore BWS, right?
VA
Whiskey
Bourbon
Throttle.
Hunter, Whiskey
No, no, no,
Throttle.
no, no. But yours, Ricky. We don't care about him. Yours.
His is
It's,
whiskey throttle, not bourbon throttle.
you know
Whiskey
what? You know what? Look up
Throttle.
River
Close
Rivers
enough.
River City whiskey first. Look
There
that
we
up
go.
first.
Yeah, yeah,
Then the people connected to it, you will find them all, which means
perfect.
their Instagram is connected today. I don't care about these two. I care about the brand. So the brand is the most important
Let's
part.
go.
I want y'all to do me a favor. They said it before. I'm repeating it to you. If you purchase your bottle today, you get a free Glencairn with each bottle you purchase. So my goal, $210 plus shipping, and you get both.
That's two bottles.
Two bottles,
Two Glens.
two Glens. You can share with a friend. And if you're very ballsy and you're able to find this, because this is my prized possession right now. This this is my prized possession, and these your single barrel choice is as good as your small batch. So I
Right.
won't even call these this small batch. You'll be disrespecting this edition, calling them small batch because they are not small batch. They're a barrel or two shy from a single barrel. That's really and knowing how the industry go, you could have called this a single barrel, and people will go for it because literally they're that close. So thank you all so much for coming here. For all of you guys tuning in, make sure you follow. I put the website. Don't go anywhere. The River City Whiskey. Make sure you go there. You have $125 a quarter. You can actually get all this shit plus merch. That really is supporting the brand. Even if you don't buy a bottle,
That's actually the
No.
black label. We talked about the blue and the burgundy.
What
The
the
Barrel
hell?
Collective is the black label
I blame Demond for this. Why are you hiding that label from me?
You
because
didn't
it's
ask.
exclusive. That's the black label.
I answered what you asked.
Is it because
Look,
I'm black?
look,
You got the
Yes.
black label hip?
we tried a
Yes.
white label, but we couldn't read nothing, so we went to the black label.
What is the black label while we are finishing this show?
So it is the Barrel Collective.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
So,
all
so
barrel
actually,
collective would be the
actually,
black.
this is the double barrel wild turkey, and you're talking about a sipper or drinker. This is barrel proof at 106 proof, by the way. Barrel proof, right out the barrel. Single barrel.
whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
oof,
I need to go look at my piggy bank
oof.
to see if I can be part of the collective because this sounds interesting already. But guys, thank you so much for being here. This is your house now. If you ever have anything that you need to tell the folks, you are welcome here anytime. This is also your house. You're part of the Truth is Barrel Proof family. You're part of my hood now. And hopefully, as we continue, I'm wishing you all the success. You deserve it. You're doing all the right thing, and you deserve the attention of every whiskey enthusiast. So,
We appreciate that, Hood.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling people on my friend John, I'm telling you now, you want to join the collective, click on the website link that I pinned on Instagram and go up to the collective on the website. And you know what? I have a couple seconds. I'm gonna show everyone where they can join the collective because I feel like the real game is in the collective. So you
It's
know
there.
I'm not now. I'm with the mon hid it from me, but I'm not now. I'm very curious about the collective, so I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to join, so you can be part of the collective. So when you go on the River City Whiskey, a Barrel Collective. You want to click there, and once you're on the Barrel Collective, you can join for it. You can join the collective, and here, just like they say, it'll give you details: 125 a quarter, or you can pay 500 for the year, and you're good to go. I'm
Mhm.
assuming you guys send news of what's happening in the collective, so I
Yeah.
want you to go in, check in, and the shop is the first thing. So I'm telling you now, it is. Oh shit, it's still available. This
Yeah, we got a
is
few
it.
left.
This is it. This right here is it. So I'm just telling you, if you don't believe me, that these two right here, these 222 year, don't go cry to me later when you can find them. I'm just saying. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all being here,
Appreciate you, bro.
and can't wait to see what happened in the future. You made a new fan. We are now. I'm now. I'm now a true River City fan, and everywhere I go, I'm gonna tell everybody. If you
We
haven't
appreciate
tried
that a
River
lot.
City, I don't know what the heck you are doing on your with your time. They are the Step Brothers, aka the mom, and that I'm keeping this picture forever. It's the cutest, like your mom telling you both get along. I love this city. What you guys are doing, and I will see you. We will see you next time. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers,
Appreciate it.
man. See you.